Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about married to medicine. Okay, y'all, this episode was all right, but there are some things that I want to talk about. Not in any particular order. I want to talk about Phaedra. Phaedra goes on a date. Remember? Ooh, no, no, no. I know what I want to talk about. Girl, I forgot all about this. I'm glad I wrote this at the top of my notes. All right. Hey, sweet tea. So listen, it was brought to my attention by one of the cousins last week. I try my hardest to stay in the comment section. I be wanting to see what y'all got to say. Um, and plus, I just feel like out of respect for the cousins, if you're gonna leave a comment, at least I can try and get to as many comments as I can. So I'm always reading the comments, all that good stuff. So shout out to the cousin. I forgot who it was, but shout out to you. She left a comment saying that Miss Quad, she got it. She has a seasonings line, and the name of her seasonings is Sweet and Savory Seasonings. Now, for some of you who may be like, what does that have to do with anything? Sweet Tea last week hosted an event, and it was speed dating, age dating. Basically, she wants to normalize um, older men with younger women. As if, like, I don't even want to go over that, but like Sweet Tea, I don't have an issue with Sweet Tea, but Sweet Tea, you do know once upon a time it was actually legal for older men to even be married to teenage girls. All they had to do was go ask. That's how the whole hand in marriage comes in. When the man go ask for the father's hand in marriage, it was due to the girls being underage. And in exchange for their daughter's hand in marriage, you would have to give that man something. So it was like property. Girls were looked at as property. Some of you still, or you're still, some of you are okay with that, but they were property. So the man would ask for this girl's hand in marriage. The father would decide yay or nay, and then once I hand over my property, you have to give me something in exchange. It's a transaction, a goat, money, something. So when Sweet Tea says she wants a Norman, I'm like, girl, it's not a shocker to see, even if it is of someone who's of age, but it's not a shocker to see an older man with a younger woman. Hello? I can guarantee you, we can probably think of Drea and Jalen as examples of celebrities with women who are much older than their boyfriends, and that's more of a shocker. But when you think of celebrity men with younger women, girl, we'll probably run out of paper. Anyways, so Sweet Tea had a dating, speed dating situation, and the name of her event was called Sweet and Savory Speed Dating. Now listen, girl, I said, girl. Now hold up, wait a minute, let me put some in it. Sweet Tea, you mean to tell me that you are on a show, dated, and are now married to Quad's ex-husband, Dr. G? You also moved into the same home that Quad moved in, decorated, even to the point where the beginning of this episode, you were still throwing away some of the things that Quad had left behind in the home. And now you have a, I guess you're a relationship coach on dating, and the name of the dating setup is sweet and savory speed dating. Quads seasonings, it's called sweet and savory seasonings. Girl, it is giving single black female, if we're gonna be honest. I'm just saying, sister. I don't have no issues with sweet tea. I gotta keep saying it because the girls be swerving down. You don't like the girls. I don't have an issue with sweet tea. I think she's a nice girl. I met her at BravoCon. She was really, really sweet. But girl, we just gotta call it for what it is over here. Sweet tea is giving single black female. Now, part of me, I was talking to a friend. A part of me, if we're gonna be honest, a part of me feels like, and maybe this is me wanting to not believe that sweet tea is a lunatic. A part of me feels like that was something that was set up by a producer. I could see Sweet Tea. It was Sweet Tea's time to host an event, and a producer was like, "Why don't you just name it Sweet and Savory? It's a play on your name, right? Sweet Tea, sweet, and then savory." And I feel like they probably set Sweet Tea up. I would hope to think that Sweet Tea did not know that that was the name of Quad Seasonings, and she took that name and also named it her speed dating setup. I would hate to think that, girl. God, I would hate to think that you are watching this TV show. Girl was in Dr. G's DMs talking about, I can give you what you want. Hey, okay, I can give you what you want. You done moved, you done started dating Quad's ex-husband, married the man, moved into the home, and now you're also naming your event the same thing that Quad names her seasonings. Oh my God, no. I hope this is not true. I hope this is not true. I hope this is not true. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into Phaedra. Phaedra, at the dating setup, Phaedra ran into a guy. I forgot his name. I'm gonna call him Simon because he's giving scammer. I promise to God, I almost fast forwarded through Phaedra's part because I'm just not interested in what Phaedra has to say on this show. For the most part, Phaedra does more talking in the confessionals than she does within the group. Have y'all noticed that? So I'm like, Phaedra really is not bringing anything to the show. There's no need for me to really just sit down and pay attention to Phaedra because she's really not going to be talking about nothing anyways. And then some told me, girl, just watch it just to see what they're talking about. She goes on a date with this guy who's younger than her. Some cute African guy. You could tell he's younger than Phaedra. Big, tall, probably 6'6", 6'7". He picked Phaedra up the last go around. I mean, at the sweet and savory season and speed dating. He is asking questions like he does not know who Phaedra is. Now, Phaedra is not a Beyonce. Phaedra is not known worldwide. Phaedra is just some Bravo celebrity, right? So everybody does not know who Phaedra Parks is. Atlanta is not that big. It would be hard for me to believe that somebody black in Atlanta, even if they were not born and raised in Atlanta, does not know who Phaedra Parks is. I refuse to believe that you're down to this show shooting a scene and you're clearly mic'd up and you don't know who Phaedra Parks is. So when he first tried to act, I was like, well, maybe he don't know who Phaedra is because everybody don't know who Phaedra is, right? But then as he's talking, he's like, what do you do? Where do you work? And then he goes to say, I know your ex-husband. And I know his wife. I said, girl, Phaedra, y'all know Phaedra is not my girl. But Phaedra, if you don't let that boy go, he's about to scam you. For you not to know who Phaedra is, he literally told her at the table, oh, I know your ex-husband. So you know Apollo, and you also know his wife, but you don't know Phaedra. It's giving Simon 2.0. Phaedra, get rid of that boy. Delete his number. Don't go on any dates with him unless you like a little scammer. Unless that's what you're looking for. Cause you'll swerve and down. She ain't know what Apollo was doing, and that was her husband. Apollo was walking around here talking about he was spending $5,000 to $8,000 at the strip club. Ain't have not damn job. Let Phaedra know she ain't know what he was doing. So either Phaedra know he's a scammer and she's okay with it, because there's no way. As soon as that boy said to her face, "I know who your husband is," why you acting like you don't know who I am? Because if you know who my husband is, nigga, you know who I am. Stop playing. If you know my ex-husband, you know who I am. So, Phaedra, you got some splaining to do, mama. Okay? Either you know he's a scammer and you're okay with it. You know he's a liar and you're okay with it. Because again, there's no way that boy knows who Apollo is and his ex-wife. And you're down here shooting a scene for a show. And Phaedra went out on a date with you. And she's letting you feed her food with your finger. When I tell you I almost died, girl, when he picked up that food and put it in her mouth with his hand, not a fork, his hand. Phaedra, I'm really trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. But Phaedra, I have a question mark by everything because again, you went on this boy's down here to this show. He's clearly mic'd up. You chose him to go out on a date. Now he's acting like he doesn't know what you do, who you are, where you from, where you work at. But he knows your ex-husband and his wife. And you're letting this stranger who you just met the other day put his finger in your mouth. Anyways, Toya and Eugene, they had a little sit down with their sons. I'm with them. Basically, in a nutshell, they didn't say it without saying it, no sex. They can hug their little girlfriends, but past that, PDA, all that extra stuff is an absolute no. Quiet as it's kept, they really shouldn't even have girlfriends if we're gonna be honest about it. You know, I don't think y'all should have girlfriends or boyfriends until you get out of high school. Girl, that's just me. That's why I'm glad I ain't got no kids. Because it'll be no girlfriend, no boyfriend policy. Okay. But that's just me. Anyways, um, Dr. Jackie was invited to the White House. Um, uh, Vice President Kamala Harris was having a reproductive freedom discussion, and she invited Dr. Jackie, and Dr. Jackie was able to invite two people. She tricked Dr. Heavenly and had Dr. Heavenly thinking that she was only going to invite Dr. Simone, and then she told Dr. Heavenly that she was also going to invite her too. That it was a real cute setup. Dr. Simone talked about in her confessional how, you know, girl, y'all don't really have no girl, y'all don't have no controls over your body. Y'all don't have any control over your body. I think like depending on the state, you have up to 6 weeks to figure out what you're gonna do. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I have control over my body. If you're a woman, you don't have no control over yours, though. If you're a girl, you don't have any control over yours, though. She made mention that there have been situations where the mother's life was in danger due to the pregnancy, and it was going to be what it was going to be. This is some crazy shit. The child could be born with all types of situations, and they could be telling the parents, this is what's going to be, this is going to be your child's life. Girl, 2 fingers and 2 toes, one eyeball, a titty on their back, girl, a dick coming out their skull. And girl, They still gotta have a baby. Girl, I can't believe I just said that. I'll be saying some crazy shit down here. Anyways, Heavenly calls Phaedra and lets Phaedra know that she wants to invite Apollo, even though she had already said she invited Apollo. But she calls Phaedra to ask Phaedra, would she be okay with Apollo coming? She says, surprise me. She says that maybe they can learn something from Apollo. Girl, when I tell you Dr. Heavenly gonna think of any reason to be messy as hell, girl, you ain't trying to learn nothing from Apollo. Dr. Heavenly, you just trying to get the shit started down at Samaritan Medicine. That's it. She said maybe that Sweet Tea and Quad and Dr. G and King can learn something about how to coexist amongst each other. If Phaedra and Apollo can coexist and be in other relationships or dating or married or whatever, then maybe they can teach the other girls how to, the other girls a little one too. I say, girl. Um, Dr. G is a little skeptical about being around Quad. Then why did you come to the show? You're like that. That's the thing. I don't care what nobody say. This is Quad show. And when I say Quad show, not that this is just her show. Clearly, it's an ensemble cast. But what I'm saying is this is a show that Quad has been a part of since season 1. Yes, Dr. G was a part of the show too. But if Dr. G really wanted to still participate in the show and film with the men, because this is one of the shows where the men actually film scenes independent of the women. So if Dr. G wanted to really still partake in the show, then he would have. He wouldn't have had to wait until he got married and to come back and shoot scenes. So yes, Dr. G was on the show with Quad, clearly season 1, but they got a divorce. He left, and he never filmed another scene until he got back with Sweet Tea. So I don't know why you're so uncomfortable now. You chose to come back. You chose to you chose to come back to your wife's job. Yes, this was his wife's job because Dr. G was never on the payroll. So Dr. G chose to come back to his wife's job, and now he's skeptical and nervous and all that. Well, girl, you shouldn't have signed up to come back. Quad is prepping King, basically letting him know there's some things that may come up because she knows how this goes. Girl, when I tell you next week, baby, this shit is about to hit the fan, baby. The girls gonna be tussling, baby. Baby, next week the shit about to hit the fan. I said, oh my God. Okay, I say yes. Baby, the shit about to hit the fan, baby. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Who y'all think will win? Dr. G. Okay. Who y'all think will win a good old nasty old school monkey stomping? Who y'all think will win, King or Dr. G? Who your money on? You think King will whoop the shit out of Dr. G, or do you think Dr. G will monkey stomp King? Heavenly is getting along with everybody. They arrive. Where did they go? I forgot. Where did they go? Did they go to Florida? Where did they go? I know they didn't go back to Florida. I feel like they went back to Florida. Anyways, they must got a discount. Anyway, they went somewhere. I forgot where they went. It wasn't anywhere international. I know that. So they make it to wherever they went, and Heavenly is being nice. She walked up and gave Sweet Tea a hug. She was talking to Dr. G. So everything is cool. Her and Contessa gave each other a hug. They fell to the ground. It was playful. It was cute. Everything is good for now. So they're ready for the day. I think it's the next day, I believe. I can't remember. But they're getting ready they're gonna do like a water event type of situation. So before they go out, they all meet up downstairs and they basically start trying to check Phaedra. You remember last week when Phaedra said they were basically talking about the Med Gala, and Phaedra said, "I'm not gonna let these types of bitches basically doubt that I can do what I say I'm gonna do." Phaedra basically stood in it. Baby, y'all already know again, Phaedra ain't my favorite person, but I will say Phaedra stood on big business with him. She ain't changed. She basically said, I said what I said. I said, oh, okay. So Quad is basically trying to explain to her, like, girl, that these are the type of bitches who go to the White House. These are the type of bitches that stand in their glory. And she said, it looks like you don't get what I'm you looks it looks like I don't get it looks like you don't get what I'm trying to say. And when I tell you, low key Phaedra gagged Quad, she said, I don't. Simone says that, does Phaedra think that she's above the ladies? Can I say something? Phaedra definitely thinks that she's probably above the ladies or better than the ladies. And Phaedra should feel that way. And I'm going to tell you why. I know y'all probably surprised at what I just said. I know y'all gagged. Phaedra should feel that way because Phaedra came into this group and I feel like I think I remember them kind of like rolling out the red carpet for Phaedra. Like they were a fan of Phaedra. From Dr. Heavenly to Dr. Jackie, they treated Phaedra more so as a celebrity and they were the fan. So Phaedra has more than likely come into this situation probably making just as much money as them, a first-time housewife. Sweet Tea was probably over there making $2,000 an episode. And Phaedra was probably right up there making 70, 75, 80, $85,000 per episode. Okay? And it was both of their first seasons on the show. So Phaedra comes into the situation. Y'all pretty much rolled out the red carpet for her. She doesn't have to do shit. Phaedra ain't did nothing on this show. You could be the biggest Phaedra fan, but there is no one out there that's going to convince me that they continue to watch this show because of Phaedra. You probably tuned in because of Phaedra, but you don't continue to watch because of Phaedra, because Phaedra doesn't do anything on the show. She talks more in her confessionals than she does amongst the group. So Phaedra has come into the situation. She really doesn't have to work. She pretty much getting a free check. Y'all brought her in to replace Quad. Let's just call a thing a thing. And then when Phaedra flopped, y'all had to go basically begging for Quad to come back, which Quad was gonna come back anyways because she want that check, right? So now Phaedra's looking at y'all like, bitch, bitch, I'm Phaedra Parks. And now y'all are upset, and now y'all trying to bring Phaedra down a couple of pegs, and Phaedra not letting y'all bring her down a couple of pegs. Now I also want to say this too. I want everybody to stop thinking that these ladies are jealous of Phaedra Parks. In real life. And I mean this, and I don't mean to say this with any type of disrespect. There is no reason that these ladies would be jealous of Phaedra. Education-wise, they probably have more education than Phaedra. They probably have more money than Phaedra. If not the same, but probably more. Beauty-wise, it's not like Phaedra is this Beyonce Kenya Moore. They all are pretty women. But you get what I'm trying to say? Phaedra was married to a 2-time convicted felon. Girl. Like when you really break it down, why would like a Dr. Heavenly be jealous of a Phaedra? I got a man, a husband, all the stuff that people put on the pedestal. I have. I got my man, my husband, my kids, my dogs, my businesses. I have a big ass house. I was a millionaire before I was 30. I'm still doing good. I ain't broke. I still got my husband. My kids are grown. They doing good. They in school, about to be doctors and shit. You see what I'm saying? Why would Dr. Jackie be jealous of Phaedra? Why would Dr. Simone be jealous of Phaedra? There's no reason for any of these women to be jealous of Phaedra because they have just as much, if not more, than Phaedra. There's not one department that Phaedra just runs circles around these women. Girl, she's a funeral director and a mortician at a funeral home. She don't own the funeral home. She was on Dancing with the Stars. You really think they give a fuck about being on Dancing with the Stars? Girl, she was on Traders. You really think they give a fuck about being on Traders? Girl. Like, I think that's the thing that some of the fans try and gas up, but in the grand scheme of things, do you really think that Dr. Simone or Dr. Jackie give a fuck about being on Dancing with the Stars or Traders? These women over here owning their own practices. They own their shit. There's no reason for these ladies to be jealous of Phaedra. However, it doesn't take away from what I think that Phaedra feels the way that she feels because, girl, y'all pretty much kind of rolled out the red carpet for her when she came over. And now y'all want to try to knock Phaedra down a couple of pegs. Because who does this bitch think she is coming over here thinking she better than us? Now it's about, now the elitism and the classism is starting to kick in because now these doctors who probably think they're better than everybody else, right? Who is this bitch to think she gonna come over here on our shit thinking she better than us on our shit and we've been over here since season one? Well, y'all the one who let the girl come over here and pretty much do what she wanted to do. And now y'all trying to knock Phaedra down and Phaedra like, bitch, I said what I said. And I ain't changing it. Bitch, you a doctor, I'm a lawyer. You're a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. You got a husband, I had a husband. You got kids, I got kids. You got a nice house, I got a nice house. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, that's pretty much it, child. But yeah, shout out to the girls. We ready for next week because the shit is about to go down. The girls about to start tussling and cussing each other out and shit. You know the ghetto shit that we like, but we act like we don't like it. Right? Sweet Tea and Heaven gonna be cussing each other out. Girl, Dr. G and King gonna be about to monkey stomp each other. It's a lot. I think Dr. G and Quad gonna get into it. A lot of extra ghetto shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, gutter snipe shit. Anyways, y'all, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.